Hello, I'm Blair Cowles. I'm IATA's Asia Pacific Regional Director responsible for safety and flight operations. And thank you very much for allowing me to join virtually today to join in the celebrations for the ultimate commissioning of the New Sky Pacific upgrades and associated projects. I'd like to pass on the very best wishes of IATA's Asia Pacific Regional Vice President, Mr. Philip Goh. Philip and I actually visited Port Moresby at the end of last year, specifically to have a look around New Sky Pacific's facilities and get a very comprehensive and interesting briefing on the updates and the upgrades that have been implemented. The reason we visited was I heard Captain Paki give a very good presentation at the Canzo Asia Pacific conference last year. And Ted set out the challenges a small ANSP like New Sky Pacific faces, trying to balance the need to modernise and provide the safest and most efficient ATM services possible, whilst also being mindful that cost can be a considerable constraint. So Ted's presentation really did get me thinking, and I found it very useful to go and meet with the team at New Sky Pacific myself, bring my boss along for a look as well, and hear how the team overcame the challenges. During COVID, one of the key messages IATA was giving to states in particular was that we wanted to see the COVID downtime, if you like, being used to plan for the future so that we would hopefully come out of the COVID situation better than we went into it. I think New Sky Pacific is a really good example of an ANSP that has had a very long planning process and is doing things in a very methodical way, but with the ultimate goal of benefiting the end user, the end airspace user, the airlines in particular, in terms of generating safe flight, but also efficient flight. I think COVID is one crisis that we're hopefully putting in the rear view mirror now. But if you take a look into the future, the climate crisis is something that we all, as stakeholders within the aviation industry, are going to have to face collectively. And I think that highlights another point that we tried to emphasise during COVID. Aviation planning needs to involve whole of state planning. All branches of government have an interest in seeing a safe and successful aviation system. Aviation brings tourists and goods in, it takes exports out, it's a social connector, it's vital to bring in things like vaccines during a crisis. So all parts of government are well served when they know what the aviation plan is and how the local ANSP is going to ensure safety, security and sustainable operations when it comes to air traffic management. What I particularly like about the improvements made at New Sky Pacific, some of the highlights for me, the reduction in separation, the use of space-based technology, and the investment being made in particularly the tower training, so that New Sky is going to have an in-house capability to train the next generation of controllers, but also keep the current controllers up to speed. We all need to work now on efficiency, and the social pressure on the aviation system to produce sustainable and efficient outcomes is only going to increase over the coming years. It's great to see some of the enablers that New Sky have put in place, full FANS 1A capability, and down the track, hopefully an expansion of free route airspace, user preferred routes, and other efficiencies that help airlines squeeze out every last reduction in emissions and reduction in fuel bill possible. So I really do commend New Sky Pacific for the thought they've put into overcoming the challenges of being a small ANSP down in the South Pacific. The measures they've introduced that should generate tangible benefits for the airline customers, and the ongoing opportunity to have dialogue with them to ensure that what they are delivering is something the aviation community values, and giving us the confidence as well that it is being done in the most cost-effective manner. And at the moment, we're feeling very comfortable on all those fronts. So I wish you a very enjoyable period over the 2 days of celebrations. It is a milestone event, and I think it's a very positive outcome for PNG as a whole, and for the aviation community and PNG especially. Thank you.